Hello, I'm with a lovely, what's your name?
Dorian. Dorian Dittrich.
Okay, and she's accepted to be interviewed by me. So I'm just going to ask her a few questions right now. So you say you live in LA?
Yes, actually, I share my time between here and New York.
Oh, okay. So how long have you been coming through here in New York?
Well, I'm about 3 years in America now, so all the time.
So how would you describe LA and Hollywood in general in 3 words?
In a fashion sense or in general?
In general, like the city, the parts, like that. How would you describe it?
Well, if you compare it to New York, it's paradise to me. I love the weather, I love the lifestyle, and I love the style, the way people dress here more than ever. It's amazing. It's so effortless and so chic and so fashionable at the same time, and everybody just kind of looks less stressed, better and more put together in a very like stress-free way. Because in New York you feel that people really worked hard on the look. Here, even the best looks look like really you just pulled it together without thinking in 5 minutes, and you actually had fun doing it.
Oh, great, cool. So in the total, we think it's glamorous and beautiful. And
Well, I think that it's glamorous in a good way. I think it's very stylish. It's very stylish, but it's style that you can live in. So people choose clothes and looks that don't make them uncomfortable, so they can totally have a good time in what they're wearing without like watching the dress, watching the jacket.
oh, great, great. So apart from Beverly Hills, where else in LA do you go? Do you go downtown?
No, actually not downtown. Even it's not my kind of scene. So I like Beverly Hills and West Hollywood sometimes, of course, for shopping and for going out, especially like going out later for drinks. But I like most of this area. I hardly venture more downtown. If it's for an event or something specific, yes, but otherwise for just going out here.
Oh, okay, cool. So what do you do? Like, what is your...
I'm a stylist and fashion consultant, so that's why I talk about everything in a fashion perspective. And I really love to see the way people dress here. I get a lot of inspiration when I stay down here.
Oh, okay. So would you say, as you're a stylist, you get more work here rather than in New York? Or...
Actually, it's turning around. It was more in New York, but now fashion really came up. So they have great new openings here, and there are a lot of new designers, especially most of the contemporary American designers are based here, and most of them are women. So I really have a lot of fun working with them, and it's a great thing just to see how women are doing great in LA in fashion and in jewelry design as well.
Right, okay. So with the kind of people you see, the difference between here and, say, New York, as in class. Did you say you only spend your time in Beverly Hills, so you see lots of, like, rich people, maybe celebrities, whereas in New York, you kind of see, like, everyday people. Would you say...
Well, I mean, in New York, I spend my time as well, most midtime and uptown. I go downtown for events, but otherwise, that's where I live, that's where I shop, that's where I hang out, that's where I see my clients. So as well, I tend to be in, like, a safer and better dressed areas. But the problem with New York, that even if you're in Madison Avenue, it's the weather, it's a lot of tourists, so you if there are some better dressed people, either they're hiding under a coat or you can't really make them out in the crowd of like the backpackers. So it's not like here.
Okay, thank you so much. So in total, LA is a great place for fashion and
fashion, lifestyle. It's a great place for the lifestyle. So that's why I'd like to spend more and more time here, and I think that I will actually end up spending more time than in New York. If I have to be based somewhere in America, I think that's the best place to be.
Okay. And earlier you said about downtown, you don't go there. Is there a specific reason, or it's just no work there? You don't bother?
I mean, it's not my scene. Even like in New York, I'm not going much downtown. I up like East Side and Lower East Side, Tribeca. But it's just not my style.
Yeah.
It's again not where my clients live or hang out. Not the kind of places where I like to go to. And downtown is apparently coming up here. That's a good thing. But as well, I love to be walking distance or short taxi distance. I like to be based around where I work and where I like to stay. So I like to be in a good area and stay in my area.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Your answers are great.
So what project is this? What?
I'm going to Parsons. I don't know, Parsons in New York in September. So this is like my final project. in England. So when I graduate, hopefully this comes a good project. And because I'm in LA right now, I just wanted to video the people and see what it's like. Stuff like that.
So you know New York already, you've been in New York already?
Yeah, I went in July and I visited the university and stuff like that.
So what do you think? What do you think of in comparison? What do you like?
For me, I actually love New York because I come from London. It's very city-based.
Yeah.
So I'm used to that, like public transport in here. And I've noticed here, when you get on the metro and stuff, it's kind of, it's not, yeah, no one, yeah, so it's...
And I don't like to drive. When I came to Europe, I first came here and had a problem with that, saying I come from big cities. I miss the possibility to walk. I miss the kind of Europeanness of the public transport, etc. But it's such a great lifestyle, especially you will see if you spend more time in New York, there's just too much to put up with. There's too much on the bad weather side, on the stress side, and you can't really have fun dressing because either it's humid and you get dirty, either it's too cold, either you're just running around and you just have to fight yourself through the street to where you're going. So you can't really enjoy spending time outside in the city.
My perspective of this is that with New York, because you've got this public transport, you don't have to be like rich to live there in a sense. If you're like, I'm going to be a student, so I'll have my halls of residence and I'll study. Whereas I feel like LA, to live in the beautiful parts like here, you have to be rich, you have to have certain money. Or is that not true? What do you think? Do you have to be...
I mean, if to living, let's say, in West Hollywood is already more affordable and it's close to here and it's definitely shorter distance than New York metro, right, knockdown, and it's easy to have a car if you don't mind driving. I actually do, so I like to walk, and taxis are getting easier and easier to get here, so it's not bad, you can get around. And of course, prices for living expenses are much lower than New York. So definitely you can save on that. You can have much more space and a much better place to live, a much nicer place to live than you would have for the same price in New York. For like a little studio apartment price, you could actually have some room.
Yeah.
You can actually fit your clothes in, so which is great.
Okay.
It's a successful project. I have to rush, actually, I'm running late.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you.